Teaching you how to sew in less than 10 days, part 9, Sewing Patterns 101. I want you to think of sewing patterns as a blueprint for building a garment. They take you from the 2D fabric laying flat into an actual 3D garment. Now, there are so many options when it comes to buying sewing patterns. You can get them as paper patterns at your local craft store, or you can find them online digitally. Digital patterns usually take a little bit more work because they require you to print them, tape them together, and then cut them out, but I tend to like them a little bit more. Most of them will come in a size range, and you want to cut out the pattern that is closest to your size. If you're between two sizes, I recommend sizing up just because you can always take it in areas as needed. Not all patterns are going to fit the same. For example, you might have to extend an inseam on a pant leg or maybe even do a full bust adjustment just to make sure that the top fits you the right way. The reason that you might run into fit issues is simply because not all sample sizes are the same body type. Think of it like shopping at a store that carries multiple brands. Some brands are great if you're a little bit curvier, others are great if you have a little more height. It really just depends. But once you start sewing more, it's not going to feel overwhelming to make these small adjustments. That's also why I always recommend that you practice sewing your project on muslin before moving to your final fabric. I know I hate doing it because it feels like such a time waste, but really it's going to cost you more time if you skip this step. Have to make a cautionary note. Before you cut out your fabric with your pattern, make sure that your pattern has seam allowance. You can see on this pattern, this little area right here, it's usually anywhere from 3 to 5/8 of an inch. But you need to make sure that when you're cutting your fabric that you are including seam allowance if it is not already included on your pattern. Because if you don't, when you eventually sew the garment together and try it on, it's not going to fit you because it'll be too small. I know it seems crazy because you're probably wondering how that little area can make a difference, but trust me, you're not going to be able to put it on. I've made that mistake many times before. If you're new to sewing and you're looking for a pattern, I would recommend that 1, it's beginner friendly, 2, it doesn't require zippers or buttons, and 3, it comes with written instructions or a video tutorial that you can follow along. If it doesn't come with that, you're just going to have a pattern and you'll have no idea how to put it together. Stay tuned for part 10 where we're going to start practicing your first project.